3, 2, 1, and go.
Hey guys, what is up? I'm Zombie Games. He's Baking Kill. We are
What's
your
up?
Crypt Keepers, and this is the Undead Pair. And today we are reacting to
Season
Harley
9,
Quinn, Season 9 of
Episode
Death Battle.
1 of Death
One
Battle.
of Death Battle. Harley Quinn versus Jinx.
So pretty much DC versus League of Legends, although it says Batman right there, but where I'm gonna say DC versus League of Legends because Harley Quinn, because
Yep.
Batman is, part of
A
it.
DC character.
Exactly. So, for context, we know a little bit about Harley Quinn because we played like the Batman games and the Injustice games.
I played the
and
Batman
seen
games.
Some of the TV shows.
I watched like the Suicide Squad movie, and I've seen
that too.
And I watched that Harley Quinn show that was on HBO Max.
I have not
the
watched
adult
that.
version.
I don't know. I just didn't want to. I don't know. It doesn't seem that interesting to me. But
I watched part of it, and it was pretty funny.
okay, and while we know nothing about Jinx, I know about the people that she's fought in League of Legends, who I'm not saying that these are exactly that, and I'm not a League of Legends player, neither is he, but I do know that people play as, like,
I don't know anything about
Artemis
League of
and
Legends. I
Zeus.
refuse to know anything
But
about that
just
game.
Jinx faces people who are like Artemis, like Artemis, the goddess of the hunts, Zeus, Thor, the list goes on,
Without further ado, let's get into this shit.
Yeah. Because
3,
I gotta get to work
2,
soon, so we gotta react to this.
3, 2, 1. Go.
Okay, let's see what they did to make this better. Like
Harley Quinn, DC's fantabulous anti-hero.
Jinx,
Wait,
the
did they
loose
use a
cannon
Fortnite
of
skin?
League of Legends.
We live in a society that adheres
Am
to
I?
strict
No.
laws and norms, but these two ladies turn that system on its head with their wild enthusiasm for destruction and chaos.
Yeah,
He's
that's
whizzing
fucking
a
right.
boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze
Well,
their
for Harley
weapons,
Quinn, I don't know
armor,
about
and
Jinx.
skills to find out who would win a death battle. Born to a middle-class family in the heart of Brooklyn, USA, Harleen Quinzel had long lived a life of mediocrity.
Oh, yeah, I
She
forgot
had
that's her first- I
embarrassing
forgot that's her
parents,
actual name.
annoying siblings.
Yup.
A high school life that sucked. Even more than, like, the normal ones.
Oh, yeah, and
She
she
never
has a
quite
fucking
felt
multiple
like she fit
personality,
in
I think.
anywhere. But despite this, Harleen knew she was destined for greatness.
So, inspired by a childhood crush turned psychotic murderer, Harleen spent years training to be a world-renowned criminal psychiatrist, eventually traveling to Gotham City's infamous Arkham Asylum to research the most dangerous criminals on the planet, like Batman's arch nemesis, the
What?
Joker.
She
But
fell in
after
love with the
analyzing
Joker because
and
of
his
how crazy
horrific,
he is.
unspeakable history as a homicidal clown and Jared Leto, she came to realize one truth.
The Joker was actually a misunderstood
Love
angel
that.
squashed
Red
down
Sword
by an
Lightning.
unjust
Will totally
society
fuck you up if you
and
harm any of the
wrongfully
above.
harassed by that son of a bitch Batman.
This was the first
funny.
of the Joker's many manipulations, leading Harleen to see a warped reflection of herself through him, culminating
I'm
in
only
her
laughing
breaking
just
him out
because
of
I thought she
prison,
fell in love just
bleaching her
because he
skin via
manipulated
chemical
her.
baptism, and joining him on his life of crime. Descending into love like madness and reborn as the fantastic Harley Quinn.
And
Don't bring
she
up
was
that
packing
Joker.
plenty of tools of maniacal mayhem, including
He's
her
alright
iconic
if you see
hammer,
the Justice
electric
League
buzzers,
movie.
Okay, I guess
He
maybe
came
he's
out
all
with
shapes and
okay-ish.
sizes, like
Like,
the
that
dreaded
well,
cameo,
Jared
banana
Leto,
flavored
not the
pie,
new
most
Joker. I mean the
evil
one in
of
that
all
two
pie
sense.
flavors.
When she wants to
Check
get
this
around
show.
quickly, she can use her handy-dandy pogo
I
stick,
know.
which she straps
What?
rockets to.
What the fuck is a
doesn't
pogo
seem
stick
safe.
gonna do?
Speaking of unsafe, Harley's most versatile tool is her pop
What the fuck
gun,
is the guy
a
from DDS
rotating
doing?
revolver with special ammo rounds, like a boxing glove.
That's
Whoa,
actually
whoa.
new.
Close one.
That's actually very
And
new.
biting confetti. Whee! And did I mention
Yeah, that's new.
explosive
Well, all I have
rounds,
to
which-
say is,
Oh, no.
Do you want to pause it?
My leg
No,
is
I forgot what I was
gone.
gonna
Oh,
say.
No. Oh, wait.
Okay.
There already was. I'm fine.
It's nothing I need to pause over, anyways.
Harley
But
combines
I
her
don't-
arsenal with
it wasn't Jared
unparalleled
Leto's fault that
domestic
Joker
skills,
sucked, it was the
making her
director, I
far
guarantee
deadlier
it.
than your average
Fair
criminal.
enough. They
She
did
can
have
even
to
keep up
make
with
that.
experts like
I
Deadshot and
blame the
Catwoman,
director,
even
I don't
Batman
blame,
at times. The
Jared
peak
Leto.
human superhero that can dodge lightning and survive this alien device exploding, which
Oh,
obliterated
that
multiple
actually
city blocks.
changes so many
Yeah, I
things.
think that
for my
stretches the
perspective on
term
Harley
peak
here.
human just a bit. But hey, he's the goddamn Batman, so we'll allow it.
I think
He
there's
is.
so many
Fortunately for
things on my
Harley,
fucking
despite her
perspective.
unwavering loyalty to the Joker,
But-
their honeymoon period did not last. He spent years abusing her, physically and emotionally, tearing her down piece by piece.
Then, when he got bored, he strapped her to a friggin' rocket and launched her halfway across Gotham City. Guess that's one way to say,
Damn.
no, it's not you, it's me. Bye!
Harley was left alone in the wreckage, abandoned by the one person
the
she
fuck?
dedicated her entire life to.
Wait, she's not even
Until
hurt
fellow
from that.
villain
Her clothes
Poison
on.
Ivy came by. She nursed Harley back to health, literally healing her from a damaged relationship. Ivy even gave Harley a chemical concoction that granted her superhuman strength and a healing factor.
I suppose
What?
a healthy relationship
fuck?
can sometimes
I
feel
didn't
like
know
your
that.
own superpower
Me
in and of
either.
itself.
What the fuck is this?
Those two definitely
This
seem
is
like
dope.
very good friends. Wink.
With Ivy at her
that
side,
makes
Harley
sense.
went on to rebuild herself as a famous anti-hero, leading teams like the Gotham Sirens and Suicide
Oh,
Squad. She worked on developing
the Birds
new
of Prey.
skills, built around her own
know.
strengths rather than that of her
He's always
past.
also been the
Like
first
learning to
friend,
use
like in
her
that
lifelong
movie that also
knowledge
came
of
out with her.
psychoanalysis
Yeah, I watched that
to
too.
manipulate her
It was
foes
fucking great.
mid-combat.
I haven't watched
And
it.
creating
I could
tons
watch
of her own chemical concoctions.
No, it's great. It's
Like
specifically
tranquilizers
the
and
scene
sleeping
with
gases that can incapacitate metahumans.
the knees.
Even
That's all I'm
reversed
gonna
Wait,
say about
Medicaid?
Laura
knees.
Flame's
that-
trademark Joker
That's kinda
venom.
cool.
This
Nice.
deadly substance excites the laughter centers in a person's brain and forces them to laugh until they suffocate.
I don't think that'll
Harley was
affect Jinx.
clearly
though.
on top of the world, but nothing
Maybe
caps
she'll
off
laugh at it,
self-improvement
but I
like
don't
a
think
Rocky
she'll like it. I don't
Balboa
think that'll
training
affect her.
montage. So
We'll
Harley
see.
went to Themyscira of all places to get a combat internship with the
What?
Amazon, just like her favoriteest superhero,
What?
Wonder Woman. And imagine going from
She
bashing
trained with the
random
fucking
goons in Gotham
Amazons?
to fighting
That
alongside
changes
a
my
mortal
fucking
warrior
perspective
goddesses.
entirely.
She became agile enough to jump between
Crap.
skyscrapers and strong enough to rip an entire palm tree out of the ground with her bare hands.
What the
Based
fuck?
on the size of the tree and the weight of an average palm by foot, that weighs about 600 pounds. And she can hold it one-handed, so her actual strength is probably at least
Damn.
twice as much.
Enough to lift a full-grown brown bear and throw it like a rag doll. Hell, her skills advanced so far, she was appointed a herald on the War World Apocalypse. You know, the planet ruled by the living embodiment of evil?
What?
Even the actual personification of the DC editorial staff likes to call her in to help with tough jams.
As the years
Wait,
went on,
what?
Harley
Wait,
surprised
the
literally
fuck?
everyone by transitioning from supervillain
What?
to superhero. She partnered up with other heroes, became a psychiatrist again, and legitimately started helping other vigilantes with trauma, like Jason Todd, who definitely needed that.
Well,
In
she
fact,
does have
the
a
Bat
PhD.
family she used to antagonize and ridicule eventually accepted her as kind of an extended member of their group, teaming up with her to save Gotham from her toxic ex. Good for her. Guess we're not going to talk about when she went back to the Joker a couple times, huh?
In the end,
well,
she may be a
yeah,
little
well,
nutty,
it's just how
but
she
you'd be
is,
mad
but
not to
she always
love
helps out,
Harley
man.
Quinn.
Yeah, that's a new perspective on Harley Quinn.
The
She's
world
dope as
of
shit.
Grand
Yeah,
Terra
definitely new
is
perspective
a
on my
wondrous
end for
fantasy
Harley
land of
Quinn.
advanced
Let's see
technology,
what Jinx is
arcane
now.
magics, and legendary champions. But
Or
on its
League of
northern
Legends, I
shores
guess.
are
Let's
two
see if I'm
cities
right about
locked
my
in
theory,
political
because I just
turmoil.
don't know if
For
they match
decades,
up to the
Piltover's
actual
Rich Elite
gods
have
or not.
exploited the undercity of Zaun, forcing workers into unsafe conditions and brutalizing the populace
18?
with terrifying police enforcers.
Oh, so like New Jersey. You could have just said New Jersey.
Until one day, a wild, loose cannon would literally explode onto the scene. She gave those uptight topsiders a taste of their own medicine.
Okay, it says
menacing
here
its
that
people
Jinx's
with
analysis
bombs,
focuses on old and new
gunfire,
lore,
and even
arcane,
more
and various
bombs.
promotional trailers that
This
depict the leaks, casting, and
Jinx.
standard forms,
Jinx
alternate
destroyed
universes, variants like
Zeppelins,
Star Guardians
Jumanji's the
will be
shit out of the
excluded.
local zoo, and
So that's something I guess we can also
switched
keep in
the
mind.
street
Well,
signs.
I don't know what either of those are, so
Now
doesn't
those
fa-
monkeys
fall
will
into
never
me.
find their way back.
Only the enforcer, Violet, could hope to stop her. But even armed with massive gauntlets weighing over 4,000 pounds each, Vi could not definitively overcome Jinx's magnificent arsenal of mechanical monstrosities.
Man, they're so evenly matched. It's almost like they're related. Anyway, Jinx can burst open birds with her trusty Zapper Shock pistol, turn enemies to Swiss cheese with her Pow Pow minigun, and blow bad guys to bits with her Flame Chomper grenades.
But Jinx's favorite weapon is her Fishbones rocket launcher. So much so, she rides it like a rocket-powered pogo stick. Well, that
Ah.
seems even less safe.
Well,
Hard.
don't let her manic attitude fool you.
So they
Not
both
only
have
is
rocket
Jinx
power,
tough enough to
fucking
take a hit from
sticks,
Braum,
right?
a guy who can
I
shake
didn't
mountains
know
with a
fucking
punch.
Harley Quinn had
But
a rocket
she's
powered
wicked
pogo stick.
smart.
Yeah,
Almost
first.
all her gear
Yeah,
is
they
custom
mentioned
made.
that in one of
She's
her
even
scenes.
recreated Hex
No, I
Tech,
know.
funky science powered by magic crystals.
Yeah,
But before I watched this, I did not know she
Including
had
her
one.
I didn't know
handheld
that either,
teleportation
trust me.
device.
I was so
Oh, my bad.
confused
Wait, she can fucking teleport?
Is that League of
with
Legends?
the device.
What a coincidence.
Oh no!
Hold the phone. Are you talking about League of Legends over there? I love that game. I've got in more than 10,000 hours.
Oh, he changed
just
his hair
in our
again.
college days, huh, buddy? League of Legends is a multiplayer online battle
Okay, so they're
arena
adding more of
forged
this guy
in the
in it.
flames of LAN parties and salty gamer tears. Oh. And as any professional will tell you, to play the game well,
I don't
you need
know,
to
because I've never
min-max your
touched League of
character's
Legends, and I
loadout with the
refuse to.
best possible items.
Yeah, and the worst mistake you can make is being new. God, it's the midterms all over again. No, Boomstick, stay in your lane. What are you doing in the jungle? Stop it, feeder.
Jinx's ideal loadouts include Phantom Dancer, so she can phase through objects after landing a blow.
I'd like to phase out of this conversation.
Then there's the Quicksilver Sash, which protects her from status
Exactly.
effects like sleep, paralysis, and poison. This includes
Okay,
force
then yeah, the
dashes,
Joker
which make
Venom
you
won't
do
work
things
like I
you
thought.
don't want to do. Hey, Boom, you want to pop into a match with your old
We'll see
Teemo
now.
from back in the day? I can set it up right now.
How about we move on to Arcane before I ram my foot up your ass?
Aww.
So, there's more to Jinx than what the main games depict. Before her infamous tomfoolery, most people around Zaun knew her as an innocent young tinkerer named Powder.
Like pretty much everyone in the Undercity, Powder had it rough. She lost her parents in a conflict with enforcers, but had a bit of luck when she joined this cool foster family along with Vi, who was, gasp, her sister all along. If you're wondering what put soap in their opera, Vi was a total badass, and Powder was desperate to also prove herself to her newfound family. And then she made a mistake.
Seemingly abandoned, Powder was left in the hands of the most notorious drug kingpin around. Silco was not the father she needed, but the one she wanted, teaching her to turn her perceived weaknesses into her greatest strengths. Thus, she became Jinx.
Even when the sisters reunited
cool.
years later, they
guess
couldn't
it's
fully
cool.
reconcile,
That's cool.
setting up the game of cat and mouse in the game.
Jinx
I may need to
was
watch
an
Arcane.
excellent rival, able to keep up with
No.
other skilled warriors like the bullet-dodging Echo, and survive the worst of Zaun's toxic environments, which can kill normal people
I
in
won't.
minutes.
I refuse
After
to.
a
League of
near
Legends
fatal
is-
Oh, wait a minute,
explosion,
I
she was
forgot,
also
she has
infused
Venom,
with
she has, like,
Shimmer,
sleep
a
Venom, it's like
toxic
an-
strength and
not-
speed
can
enhancing
attack,
drug that
Joe.
permanently
Actually, never-
altered her
I'll talk
body's
about that later.
biochemistry.
But Shimmer's side effects
I know
intensified
because
her
I never
prior
touched League of
trauma,
Legends and I
making her
refuse to touch
much
League of
more
Legends.
unhinged and
Well, I'm trying to make sure to put
protected
everything
with
in
lethal
count when it comes to
intent.
this fight.
Inspiring her ultimate weapon, the Super Mega Death
Oh.
Rocket! This baby's been powered by both Hextech and its even more volatile cousin, Chemtech.
That's even more explosive!
the
I
hell?
forgot how much I appreciated the exploding
What?
options.
Well,
Anyway,
what does this
both
do?
Hextech and Chemtech
I
are
don't know.
comparable in power to natural magic.
On par with what a badass mage like Lux is able to cast, such as Lucent
Well, I don't know.
Singularity,
I've never
which
played
can
League of
totally
Legends,
body
so-
these big old
I'm just
rocks.
asking
Measuring
myself
their
here,
width with
man.
Lux's height, we can
Yeah, I'm
determine
asking
she
myself too,
destroyed
'cause I've never
almost
fucking played League of Legends,
13,000
and I never
tons of
will.
rock from 30 meters away.
Promotional trailers show Mega Death Rocket matching the speed and power of Lux's Final Spark, a much more powerful attack that fires a Kamehameha of natural light.
So her rocket is not only super strong, but super fast. From powder to gunpowder, Silco couldn't be prouder.
But her violet streak grew grim until the day she met a particularly explosive Yordle. Ziggs bonded with her over their mutual passion for destruction, but his was more tempered, controlled. Thanks to his wisdom, Jinx learned a little bit of restraint when it came to exploding things of a more fleshy nature.
Helping her tone down the wanton violence and recover some of her mental stability, like he's some kind of feline brand Jiminy Cricket.
And despite being on opposite sides of the bridge, Jinx and Vi remained sisters, ultimately still caring about each other in their own way, even if they were
There
at
is
odds
something they
more often
did
than
not
not.
even
So
say
you
once,
better
but I
believe
will
that
say
when
that in a
things
little
get
bit.
boring and uptight, Jinx will be there to shake things up.
I didn't know anything about Jinx.
Okay,
This
pause. Okay, now, I will say this for an absolute fact. They did not mention any sort of, like, Jinx going through any sort of, like, combat training. While Harley Quinn literally trained with the fucking Amazons.
No.
Like, they are the, like, if we're gonna be clear, like, here, like, oh my god. I think the only thing that Jinx has a leg up on is probably her better arsenal of weapons. Because Harley Quinn only just has, like, gag items that are just explosive.
Mm-hmm.
And thanks to the immune system, I don't think the Joker Venom will affect her.
We will have to see, though.
I think Harley Quinn's more stability, but who do you think is gonna win? We gotta try to...
Harley Quinn.
Man, I'm gonna go with Jinx, just because I kind of feel like, even though she is kind of like meta and trained with the Amazons, I feel like the arsenal of weapons that Jinx has is gonna be way too much for her, because she's got to get up close, and I feel like Jinx with that teleporting ability is gonna be too much for Harley Quinn to handle.
Yeah,
And Jinx
it's
has
not,
faced
no, but
5
it's a
opponents.
gadget.
And
Keyword, it's a gadget. She has to use a gadget teleport. It's not like an active ability.
so she also
built
has
into
that.
her.
Well, I mean, kind of. After she hits Harley Quinn, she can kind of teleport to them in order to be able to like get them off balance. That is kind of what
True.
that DBX guy said. I forgot his name.
Me either. But go to 1355.
I'm at 1403. That's actually right before the battle begins.
Okay. Okay, hold on. I'm getting there. I'm there.
Okay, so you're going with Harley Quinn, I'm going with Jinx.
Yep. 3, 2, 1, go.
Oh!
Let's see who's gonna win.
Okay, if Jinx loses, then there should be a good reason why. If Harley Quinn loses, there should be a good reason why too.
Okay.
And they say these games are rigged. What?
I love the animation on this. This is pretty good.
It's pretty cool.
You emo pigeons! I'll show
That's what Jinx
you
sounds like?
murder!
I don't know.
Not the actors. That's probably what the shows, but
I know.
that's how they
I don't
actually
know.
sound, like, kind of comparatively.
I
Wow.
like exploding stuff too. Why don't I start with your head?
Oh man, they haven't brought back Fight yet. Dang it.
What?
The Death Battle used to do, you know, fights before the fight began.
I'm trying to shoot you!
Oh shit! Oh,
Look out! She's right behind you!
Yeah, I kind of thought she'd be more
Thanks,
stability.
pal. Traitor!
What the?
this is pretty funny.
You're a real firecracker. Got a light? Oh, sure thing.
No, okay, this is pretty funny though. That's why.
I'm so Let me not get confused, but what the hell?
Oh, this one's pretty funny. I love it. Come on. Harley Quinn will win. Come on.
Okay, I feel like okay. Usually when stuff like this happens, then Jinx is probably gonna do something to get the upper leg.
Maybe. We'll see. But she hasn't shown the dark lightning, sort of, kind of, well.
How is that dynamite not blown up yet?
Got any games?
Knew it! Knew it! Knew it!
Harley
Knew
Quinn
it.
isn't gonna know what to do.
We'll see. Maybe. You don't know that. Harley Quinn's smart as fuck.
Well, she has a PhD. That doesn't make her extremely smart.
That's
No, but
unfortunate.
still.
Sorry, soldier, do that. To make up for it,
Oh,
I got
damn
you
it.
some nice
Knew it! What?
Smells like
What she said? What? Come on!
It's a different type of toxin.
I'm crazy.
Oh, come on!
Yeah, you knew it.
I am a doctor, and you ain't crazy. You don't have that same smile. I don't need a second opinion.
Fuck yeah! Fuck yeah!
Wait, don't you want to get in close and savor
No,
my
come on.
emotions?
Don't you dare do this to me.
What? Yes, come on, Harley Quinn.
Nah, bye.
Yes, thank you. Oh my god. Fuck yeah, motherfuckers! That's what I'm talking about.
I get in the way. Never mind.
KO!
Fuck
Don't
yeah.
just stand there, Jinx! You just want a free teddy bear! What if it's Tibbers?
This was a complicated fight with far more factors to consider than at first
They brought
blush.
back in the
Harley
fucking
had
pluses
more
and
direct
the
combat
minuses.
experience against superpowered beings, along with better
That's
training.
cool.
But
And I
Jinx's
knew it.
physical
Fucking
power,
resistant to toxins
diabolical
and then
weaponry,
superior
and
battlefield
assortment of
control.
items were
But
just
I didn't know
enough
she was
to
physically
roast this
strong.
Harlequin
to be
duck.
honest.
While Harley lifting over
Me either.
1,200 pounds is impressive, Jinx can compete with Vi, whose gauntlets weigh 8 times that in the game.
And Jinx can take hits from a guy who can shake mountains.
That's kind of also the
Beyond
reason why I
Harley's
chose because
level
of
of
those two.
strength.
Harley may have been more naturally acrobatic, but Jinx's Hex Tech and Intangibility matched and outclassed that mobility. The teleporting tablet alone could control the entire fight, since Jinx could send herself or Harley just about anywhere.
And while Harley had a moderate healing factor, she's never regenerated entire body parts before, so a big enough kaboom would definitely kill her.
Yeah, definitely.
And Jinx's weapons were strong enough to do just that. In order to destroy over 13,000
I honestly thought they were gonna
tons of
pull a
rock from
fucking
such a
Akuma versus
distance,
Shao Kahn on
Lux's
me right
magic
now.
explosion would need a yield of about 20 kilotons
I honestly thought they were
of
gonna
TNT.
do that.
And Jinx's Hex Tech and Chem Tech are similar to Lux's magic in speed and power.
Even
I
if
just
we
wanna know who's
scale
next.
I
Harley's
still
ability
can't
to
believe I
Batman
won. Oh my
survive
god, I
this
thought I was gonna
explosion,
lose.
The potency of Jinx's weaponry outpaces it more than 300 times.
Sure, Harley is legitimately intelligent, but so is
Yeah.
Jinx, as evidenced by her inventions and routinely outwitting Vi and her
Oh my-
task
I didn't even
force.
fucking
Plus,
think about
Jinx
that.
is
I
typically
forgot. She
distrusting
made
of
those
people
gadgets.
she's just met, so Harley's potential mind games were likely to fall on skeptical ears.
Jinx was much more likely to shoot
Oh, yeah,
first
huh.
and ask questions later.
Now, Harley still
Oh,
had
that's
her
true.
wide array of poisons and chemical agents, like the Joker Venom, which would kill most opponents in minutes. However, after living her whole life in the toxic cesspool of Zon, her tolerance for poisons
too.
is clearly much higher than a normal person. Not to mention, the Quicksilver Sash could simply end any unwanted effect on her. Ultimately, Harley couldn't stand up to Jinx's physical power, superior technology, or overwhelmingly
makes sense.
explosive arsenal.
Harley clowned around only to get her bell rung by someone out of her league.
The winner is Jinx.
Fuck yes.
I wonder who's next.
Death Battle is
Next.
back, and we've launched a brand new membership program for our YouTube channel.
okay,
By
okay.
directly
Come on,
supporting
come
our
on,
team,
come on,
you'll get
come on.
unique
Who's
emotes,
next?
badges,
Someone
additional
cool?
content, and more. Click that join button to see more info, and thanks for watching.
Next time,
Oh, Scarlet Witch. Okay, who is she against? Oh, it's Zendaya. It's a DC witch kind of. Okay, yeah.
Eh.
But oh my god, that fight was so good. I still can't believe I won. I honestly thought I was gonna lose there at the end because when she started laughing and started seeing the images, I thought this Joker Venom would be way too much. I honestly thought because she just started seeing things and then started laughing, but then I just But then after when she just kind of just, you know, said that she was naturally crazy, I was like, okay, I think she's okay. And then once after she caught the hammer, I knew for a fact she was gonna win because that's how they fucking do it. How they usually do things is that usually they have it at the beginning where they kind of start off evenly, like, kind of like towards each other. Then they make it where one person has the upper hand and then the other has the upper hand. And at the end, when the other seemingly has the upper hand and is utterly destroying them, they'll come back with a comeback. Like what Jinx did. She wasn't getting utterly annihilated, but Harley Quinn was definitely giving her the runabout with that Venom stuff. But, it's just like I did say, though, the fucking gadgets would be way too much. Although I did not think that... I honestly thought that Harley Quinn would be stronger because since she trained with the Amazons. But I guess that doesn't make her an Amazon by blood, I guess. That just makes her naturally acrobatic as an Amazon. And I will say that being able to go toe-to-toe with Batman is definitely very impressive, considering that I would say Batman has way more impressive gadgets than Jinx over here. But she is still a little...
Literally fucking Batman. You can't compare their gadgets to Batman.
Yeah, but it is also true
really
that Jinx has dealt with opponents that have dealt with much more powerful attacks to her than what Harley Quinn could ever do to Batman or anyone else.
True.
With her bare hands or her gadgets. And I will say it is kind of sad that they didn't bring in her hyenas, because she always is able to bring in those hyenas in Injustice 2, and...
Yeah, but those are outside help, technically speaking.
You think, really? But they brought in outside help before with summoning, like with fucking Captain Falcon and being able to summon his fucking vehicle to kill Johnny Cage.
Yeah, no, that is confusing because there's one thing I don't get. You know how they literally say no outside help, but they literally gave Dante Trish? That makes no sense. He's
Yeah,
an
but they
actual
also
person,
gave Bayonetta John.
Yeah, but you gotta remember, those are actual people, so then again, the fight wasn't even fair.
No, I know.
Because it's
Because
supposed to be a
it's just not
1v1.
just that. Also, from what I can see of the games, Trish just doesn't seem like in the same way the villain as Dante. So even if she does join the fight, with John in the fight, who you can play as in Bayonetta 2, with the same feats as Bayonetta, Trish would just get outplayed.
You'll see if you play more of the games what Trish.
No,
can
I'm not saying
actually
Trish
do.
is absolutely trash. I'm just saying that... I'm not saying she's not powerful. I'm saying she is. I'm just saying that in the end, I feel like John would win because she has the same skill set as Bayonetta does.
No, I know. I'm just saying. I find that stupid how they say no outside help, but then give them both
But dude,
outside
oh my
help.
god, this battle is so good, and that song was
Yeah.
amazing. I need to look up that song. But
Mhm.
next fight, I don't know. I guess it's okay, but I kind of wish it would have been like Tanjiro or Vegeta. I wish, but I guess we'll hopefully get that next time. But anyways, though, guys, I gotta get going because I gotta get going to work.
Mhm.
If you guys enjoyed the video, give it a like. Subscribe to see more, and as always, come back for another tale. See ya.
Yup.